There I go, arguing with myself. This is why I'm vlogging, by the way. I'm vlogging because I am very uncomfortable on camera. So, I'm gonna be more comfortable. I don't know. This might get edited out. This might get edited out. Here we go. And I became a bikini competitor. What that means is in 2016, I had my first competition, which was in April, and I placed 3rd. I was so excited. It was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done, and it was very uncomfortable. Anybody that really knows me knows that I've always been a tomboy. I'm not one to be in heels, going out, dressing up. I'm definitely more comfortable, laid back, and just hanging out. So strutting around in a bikini in very high heels, it was uncomfortable for me and it was really hard. But for some reason, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I liked the hardship of it, the challenge of it, making myself uncomfortable. And I placed 3rd. In the end, I was disappointed. I thought I brought my best package and I thought I should have won. Coming out of the gate, everyone's like, you did amazing, it's your first competition, you placed 3rd, but in my mind, I'm a 0 or 150% person. So if I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be all the way, and it's gonna be all of me, and I'm gonna give all. I was a bit discouraged, but again, that competition was one where my team kind of just threw me into it saying, you know what, you're ready, let's compete. I really had my mindset on a competition in May. The fact that I competed early and it did really well was great. So I revamped things. I competed a month later in May 2016 and I won 1st overall, winning my WNBF pro card. That was a huge accomplishment in itself, only because at the time I went out on stage, so I had lipstick on, right? And your mouth gets really dry when you dehydrate yourself, so I put Vaseline on my teeth to make sure that my smile stuck. Well, in turn, it bled my lipstick to make me look like basically a clown, or I like to put the analogy of the Joker from Batman. So I had red all over my lips. But I went on stage and I thought I looked hot as shit. I was just confident, doing my routine, didn't know that this had happened until I got off stage. And that's when I was just devastated. My heart sank and I was just like, I blew it. There was my chance and I blew it. I looked like a fool out there and then I won. And I look at the first photos before I fixed my makeup because I go out on stage again because I had a pose off to win. In the photos, it looks horrible to me, but everybody else says that they didn't even notice it, but I look at it as, how could you not notice it? I ended up winning because of the confidence of me not knowing that that's what I looked like. Had I known that, you would have seen it on my face and there was no way I would have won. But I went out there like I was the only one out there, and I won. So from there, my life shifted a little bit. I was now a pro, and I wanted to build a lot more muscle because I'm only 5'2". I went on stage at 99 pounds, so I'm very small. The other girls in the pro bikini is almost like amateur figure. So they're a lot more muscular, they're taller for one. I mean, 5'2", they're probably 5'6" to 5'8" easily. So on stage, I'm gonna look small against them. So I took a lot of time to build a lot of muscle. And June of 2017, I pro debuted in Worcester, Mass. My main goal for that show was to place top 5. Secretly, of course, you always wanna win. I want to win all the time. I can't let myself down, but I still have a huge goal to strive for. So out of 13 women, I accomplished my goal of placing top 5 and I placed 4th. So I was super excited with that, with my pro debut. Some backstage information, that show didn't go as planned either. Everything was going great. My hair and makeup was going great backstage. Time management I thought was on point. They were calling out people ahead of time to kind of get us in line. So I thought everything was gonna go smooth. And then from smooth sailing, it went to bam, 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 bam. Not a good thing. What happened was I was finishing up the touching on my makeup and I hear last call for Bikini and it's my number. And I go, wait, are we talking pro Bikini? And she's like, yeah, you need to get Backstage now. Now, my heels weren't on, the final touches of my makeup were going on. I didn't get my tan touched up, I didn't get pumped up, I'm freaking out. I'm running down the hallway with my heels and I'm getting backstage. Jen, who is my best friend, is backstage with me, as well as my friend Andrea, who does my makeup phenomenally. And they are trying to calm me down, just saying, you know what, you are ready, you've got this, you don't need to pump up. Now, mind you, I'm like trying to flex my muscles to get blood pumping. And inside, I'm just thinking, this is how I'm gonna pro debut, really. So again, they tell me I've got it, and I walk out on stage, and I am just still inside my head thinking I'm a mess. I see these other women, they seem so confident, so easygoing out there. I get off the stage, and I'm just like, well, it's done and over. My pro debut is out. There's not much I can do about it. How this show ran was, we went out on stage, all of us, and then we got right back in line. There was no waiting, and we did our singular routine. So as I go out there, my number on the back falls off on the floor. So now I think, okay, do I bend over and pick it up? Like, that's what I want to do, but that's not too graceful as you're in a very skimpy bikini with heels on stage. Like, you don't want to just be like, oh, whoops. So I decided to leave it there. I just feel like a fool, like I don't have my number on the back of my suit. Again, this is how it's gonna work. I end up placing fourth, so it's been a learning process there, which is great. And I get compliments all the time on my makeup, and it just makes me laugh inside because I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I put my eyeshadow on with a Q-tip, and yeah, so there's that. So in June, I pro debuted, and now it is, wow, it's January 2018. And I got asked the question a lot, am I competing this coming season? For a while I said, well, now that I'm a pro and I got my first show under my belt, I can now wait every 2 years if I'd like to compete. So I kept that in the back of my mind and thought, I know I still need to build muscle. I mean, these girls, their glutes that they have, their hamstrings, those are my 2 weak areas, and I definitely know that I need to step up on my game there. So my 2 options. 1, I take this off season, really gain a lot of muscle, and I compete this spring. My second option, I take off a full year, build my muscle, really help others in their journey, and see where things take me. Why I lean towards option number 2. In September, I decided to go to Thailand for a month and train Muay Thai for 2 weeks straight. Now, I have never trained Muay Thai prior to this. It's always been in the back of my mind that I wanted to practice a martial art, whether that be Jiu-Jitsu or Muay Thai. Those are my 2 primary ones I was gearing towards. And an opportunity stumbled upon me where I could go to Thailand for a month. And back to me being a 0 to 150% person, when people learned that I was going to learn Muay Thai and that I was going to Thailand to do it, they weren't surprised. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna throw all of me in there and I'm gonna do it how it should be done. Thailand was amazing. I have never traveled out of the country by myself, so that was very nerve-wracking. And I've never been on a plane longer than 6 hours straight, so a 12+ hour flight all at once was interesting, and then another 7-hour flight all at once was interesting. But to hone back in, I fell in love with Muay Thai. I came home, started training at Thornton's Martial Arts in East Hartford, and I love it there. They took me into this family, and it's really a great group of people there of all ranges of knowledge and skill level, so that's what's really great about it. And a lot of them have become teammates to me now. I go out and support their fights, and I really love training on beside them. So what my fitness schedule now looks like is, in my off season, I usually tend to do Olympic slash power lift type of lifts, I like to call it, because I really like being strong. I like to surprise people for how small I am and how strong I am. And so I usually train in the gym weightlifting usually 4 times a week, and then I will train Muay Thai 2 to 4 times a week depending on the week or what's going on, but I like to split my time there and I really enjoy it. That's the main part. If I were to compete again this year in pro bikini, I wouldn't enjoy it. I didn't miss it enough last year, and I'm finding my growth and hardships through Muay Thai now, so that is also kind of fulfilling my need for that growth. Then that brings me to, I really enjoy helping others. Just in 2017, I was coaching a few people, and I got so much of a fulfillment out of helping others on their fitness journey and really teaching them about nutrition and about working out and their bodies, and seeing that confidence in them that I got myself through my fitness journey. It was really rewarding. I'm super excited about this. I really am enjoying helping people out, and I'm excited to see where it brings me, because I want to give the knowledge that I have to others. The confidence that I've gained through my fitness journey and just kind of pushing my limits has really been eye-opening, and I want other people to feel that as well. And this vlog and YouTube and just me being on camera more is part of that process. I'm super uncomfortable right now at the moment, actually, and I'm realizing now that I'm very proud of myself because a lot of this is sequence. I haven't edited it out. So that's really great that I can not screw up as much, because I found when I was in Thailand, I was being interviewed briefly, and I'm very good at writing, I would say, because you can kind of sit down and calculate things, you can think about them, but when it's on the spot, on the camera, you can't really think about stuff. You need to be comfortable, and that's what I strive for. 2018, I made a little promise to myself. I don't make New Year's resolutions because I feel like people make them and then break them. They forget about them. So I make goals, because then I'll accomplish them. So one of them is to talk more on camera, because I want to be more comfortable with it. Getting out of your comfort zone is an amazing thing. It sucks. I won't lie. It really does suck. But for those who do, you are so much of a better person for it, because that self-growth really just snowballs, and you're able to do things that you never thought you could do before. I have a huge sense of humor, or I like to think I'm funny, let's put it that way. Hopefully you do too. But I kind of, when I'm uncomfortable, I make a joke, and then that makes other people comfortable, and that's kind of like a coping mechanism for it. See, this is where I'm having issues. I want it to be like perfect, type A personality over here, and I don't really know what to say. Basically, since I started, I know that good things are gonna happen. As I grow, this channel will grow, and in hopes you will grow too. Thank you guys for watching, and I really, really, really hope to see you soon.